Hey guys, welcome to another DIY video on my channel. Today we are going to be creating a backdrop for a photo booth, and I am taking these palettes here and I'm going to spray paint them and paint them white. So that is the first step to creating this photo booth. I'm taking the Rust-Oleum Universal and paint primer in white gloss, and I'm going to use this to attempt to paint these palettes white. So the original color was just like a wood color discoloration with the wood, some dark areas, some light areas, and the spray paint just did not do the job. If you ask me, it didn't come out as white as I wanted it to, and I was betting on these spray paints to get the job done. And even if I went out and bought 2 more cans, I don't think that it would have came out to the way I would prefer it to. So I did end up skipping the spray paint process after the first 2 cans, and I decided to get some good old paint. So that's just a suggestion. If you want to skip that process and go straight to paint, you can do so to create your own backdrop. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what it looked like after that 1 can of spray paint on one of the palettes. I take the second palette and I also spray paint it using a different brand, and this one was the Rust-Oleum 2x Ultra Cover Flat White Primer. Again, I repeated the process, just spray painting the palette, trying to get it covered as much as possible. I still did not like the dullness, and the discoloration in the paint was like ashy looking, so I decided to go out and just buy some regular old white paint to finish off the backdrop. So while the spray paint was drying, I went inside and worked on cutting out some letters using just a cardboard box. I freehanded this letter style, so you can look at a picture on Google, you can get an idea and just freehand a letter style to create the floral letters on the backdrop. So this is the paint that I decided to go with. It's the Rust-Oleum protective paint in the color white, and you guys see me going in and using a cheap 96-cent paintbrush to paint these palettes, and the paint was from Walmart, and I really liked the way that it came out once I did go over it with the paint. I only had to do 1 layer of paint, and this could be because I did use the spray paints in the beginning, but they didn't work out or didn't give me the coverage that I wanted. So if you do decide to skip the spray paint route, you may just have to apply 2 coverages of paint. But the paint is really thick. It's a glossy paint, so it leaves the palette shiny instead of leaving them dull and ashy looking. And like I said, I only had to do 1 coat of paint, and that was pretty much it. So yeah, once we're done with the painting process, you're gonna let it dry. I let it dry overnight before I decided to go in and add anything to the palettes. So if you're on a time crunch, I don't know, you can check and see, but just to manipulate the paint, I believe it does say give it up to 24 hours to actually move and manipulate the palettes with the paint on them. But don't quote me on that. You just gotta pay attention to what the can says as far as the paint job goes. But yeah, I am going to stop talking and just let you guys watch me paint these palettes. And now I am all done painting this palette, and this is the end result on what it looked like once I got done painting. It wasn't dry, but you can tell that it was really covered, and you can see the gloss in the paint. So it was really easy, to be honest. It was quick, and you can see the before here, what it looked like with just the spray paint, and you've seen what it looks like with the paint. Now it's time to let them sit, and we'll get back to them tomorrow for me, but in a quick second for you guys. So while the paint was drying on the pallets, I went in and covered the letters that I cut out from the cardboard box and painted those white as well with the same exact paint. I let those dry, and now I am just covering them with flowers. These flowers were purchased from Amazon. I will link them down below in the description box, so that if you're interested in purchasing the flowers, you can do so. I'm just taking some E6000 glue and attaching the flowers to the cardboard. Really simple and easy. These flowers did have stems on them, so I did go ahead and remove the stems so that I could glue them to the cardboard letters. Now you can either cut off the stems, or some of them you could just wiggle them out and they would eventually come out. So whatever is easier, however it works out for you. But again, I'll link the flowers down below if you guys are interested in purchasing the ones that we got to create this backdrop. And you just want to make sure that everything is sticking, especially with the E6000 glue. Sometimes it takes a little while for it to dry, but you can use hot glue or E6000 glue or any type of glue that you're familiar with working with to create your craft projects. I am just used to E6000, so that is what I used for this particular project. So I'm going to glue all the flowers down in the shape of the letters, and then once I'm done, I'm gonna let them dry and you guys will see the finished product once I'm able to put everything together on the backdrop. So the greenery you see next to the pallets is from Amazon, and again I'll link it down below in the description box if you are interested in purchasing the greenery that we use to cover and create our backdrop. So the greenery is just going to add some color to the pallets, and it's just going to create a really cute, easy backdrop. I've seen these on Pinterest. A lot of people use them for their weddings, but we're going to be using it for our retreat this weekend, so super excited about that. And I think it just adds to a beautiful scenery. So this is the finished look once we got all the greenery attached. I did use hot glue to attach the greenery to the pallets as well as the letters to the pallets. So this was the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. There was no particular way that I laid the greenery, so I just say drape it and attach it to your liking, to fill in